Welcome to another JPR Live Session, intimate, one-of-a-kind conversations with all sorts of talented artists and in-studio performances. Today our guest is indie folk rock band Glitterfox. Founded in 2012, they were named as one of Portland's best new bands in 2022 by Willamette Weekly. At the helm, the founders of the band, Solange Igoa, lead vocalist, sometimes percussionist, I saw through some of your videos, guitarist Andrea Walker. These two are band leaders as well as married lovebirds, currently calling PDX home. We're catching you guys on the way to the Reading Roots Revival in Reading, California, happening late September here. RootsReadingRevival.com for information. Great to have you guys all here. Would one of you up front introduce the band?
Oh, sure. Solange is pointing at me, so I will take that responsibility. All right. On the right, we've got Eric Stalker on the bass.
Hello.
And he has a wonderful mustache that y'all won't be able to see because it's radio, but you know, it's kind of a signature.
You might be able to hear it.
Glitterfox.org, and you can.
The mojo comes from the stash. So yeah, we got Eric Stalker. He's been playing with us for a long time, like 5 years. And then in back here, we have Blaine Heinonen, who we like to refer to as our rocket fuel, because once he joined the band, we really started taking off. Yeah. So yeah, Blaine Heinonen back here on the drums. And then, you know, Solange is our lead vocalist, but we'll all be doing some backup singing there too.
How cool. Reading up on you all, heard lots of stories about lots of time in a van, and I always ask artists how, you know, when you're passing through, how are you touring around? How are you guys getting around? What's your mode of transportation these days for tour?
Oh, these days we are driving a brand new used 1998
Brand spanking new 1998
Toyota Sienna minivan LE, and it's pretty sick. It's got like a little roof rack on top for all of our merch and stuff, and it's got a convertible bed built in it, so it's
and the power locks work when the car is on.
Yeah,
only.
A lot of things.
So it's going pretty good.
Most of the things on it work. Like, it's pretty solid. So we're in good hands.
Better than the last van.
And does it have a name?
Oh, yeah. She does have a name. Her name is Goldie Vaughn. Because she's gold and because Goldie Hawn rules. So, you know.
Excellent.
And Andrea's first love.
And we actually made a friend that has a gold van, and her van was named Goldie Vaughn, and we were like, what?
Well, we're really glad that Goldie brought you down here to JPR. We'd love to kick things off with a song. What would you like to start with?
We're going to start with a song called Drive. It's a single that we actually just released last month on Kill Rock Stars, so you can stream it everywhere.
Howling like a night in the desert. My head is burning like a boulevard. I'm driving with my eyes closed. Billion miles a road, field of stars. Oh, oh, ooh, ooh. When I left that town, fast as I could drive. Trunk full of bags, head full of lies. See it fade away into the night, but the feeling stays wherever I drive, wherever I drive. Fire in the distance, and it mingles with the rising sun. Past is bleeding out the rearview mirror. The future's calling like a kick drum. I'm driving with my eyes closed. Billion miles a road, violet dawn. Oh, oh, ooh, ooh. When I left that town, fast as I could drive. Trunk full of bags, head full of
Some gorgeous imagery there in Drive from Kill Rockstar. That is Glitterfox here by way of Portland. Cool, guys. Thanks for coming in today. Andrea Walker on the guitar there. I heard that you grew up in North Carolina and then made your way to Southern California some time ago. What brought you out west?
I finally, after 11 years, I finally finished my 4-year college degree, and I got it in music therapy. And so I had to do an internship, and so I ended up in Long Beach, California, doing a psychiatric music therapy internship, and that's what brought me to Southern California. But being from the South, I always just wanted to go out west, however, whatever it took to get out there.
It's a thing.
I was always moving west. Every chance I get, I'd move to Arizona and then I'd go back to the South and then I got to California. And once I hit California, I've been on the West Coast now for 13 years. Mm-hmm. Just love it. I love the vibes.
And Solange, where did you grow up?
I actually grew up in Bakersfield, California.
Okay.
Which is kind of like the South, but in California.
Cool. And then you two met in Long Beach at an open mic. Is that story right?
It's pretty right.
It's pretty right. It's mostly right. It's
mostly
the
right.
easy.
It's right enough.
It's the easier story.
I mean, we met at a queer party that I was throwing at my house, and then basically
we
met
at the open mic.
Solange and their friends got invited to the party, but I didn't know them, and I was like, who are these freaking weirdos crashing my party? And then Solange was playing my guitar all night, and I was like, why are you playing my guitar? I'm trying to jam with my friends and you're playing my guitar. But then I was like, wow, you sing really damn good. And so I remember the next day, I had a girlfriend at the time, and the next day I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know who that was, but I want to find that person and I want to make a band with them. I was like, I don't know, whoever that was, I'm going to find that person and we're going to make a band because I play guitar and I write songs and that voice. And I just knew that if we teamed up, it could be something really cool. And here we are freaking 11 years later. And it's still really cool.
Aw,
super cool.
So how did you make your way then from the transition from Southern California to Portland? Why'd you choose Portland?
Well, we after having the band together a couple years in Long Beach, California, we won this Battle of the Bands, and then we decided that we were famous.
Yeah, we're famous
we were going to
now.
move into a van and just be rock stars. And so, we lived in a van for 2 years, and we just would drive all around, mostly on the West Coast, but we would also go over the East Coast and stuff like that. But we would stay in Portland a lot, and, we just kind of ended up staying a little bit longer every time and making friends there and, starting to play music there. And so, it was just kind of a natural spot to move to next.
Yeah, we were kind of rudderless. We didn't really know what we were doing. We're like, all right, we live in this van now. And so we would just kind of roam the West Coast. We were very feral and wild.
Around.
We would just roam and freaking busk and play farmers markets and just anyone who would let us play a little corner of their venue. We'd be like, yes, please. Oh my God, $25? Yes. You want to pay us in sandwiches? Yes. But every time we come to Portland, we would stay a little bit longer. And we also made some really close friends in Portland. And I don't know, there just seemed to be a magic about it. And it was, so then we went back to Southern California when we moved out of the van, and then we realized that our landlord probably found out we had a dog and we weren't supposed to have a dog in our house. And we were like, the landlord found out we have a dog. Let's just move to Portland.
That's how we do stuff.
And
it's
that
so
was
ridiculous.
That's literally how we made the decision. That week, and we're like, well, the landlord knows we have a dog.
We got to move to Portland.
Got to move to Portland now.
While we're moving, let's just move to another state.
Well, it seems like you made some cool connections. For one, you're affiliated now with Christopher Funk, a guitar player of the Decemberists. He's producing you guys now. How'd you guys meet him?
We met him at we opened a show for this guy named Jerry Joseph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a cool cat. Yeah, and Chris came to the show. We were at the Star Theater. This is December of just the past year, so not too long ago.
Whoa.
Yeah.
December.
So Chris came to the show because some of his friends were in the band, and he goes to a lot of shows. He's always supporting everybody, and he loves going to see live music. So he came, and we were the opener, and he had no idea who we were. But then after the show, he was going up to the merch table and asking Solange a lot of questions, do y'all have a label? Do y'all have a manager? who are you? You know?
Yeah, for some reason I was like told him like our whole life story. I was like, well, blah 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 blah.
And then we heard that one of the Decemberists, well, we already knew one of them was there because Jenny Conley was in the show, and she is like oh my God, I'm like, I love her so much. And so, but then we heard another one of the Decemberists was at the show. So then we were like up on like this staircase, like looking at Chris and like holding up pictures and being like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's him. That's definitely
the guy that was talking.
That's definitely the dude that was talking to Solange. And I was like, yeah, let's go over and talk to him some more.
How exciting. That's really exciting. So I was going to ask if he's who built or introduced you to your bandmates here, but it seems like you guys are probably all connected a little bit before that. How did you meet Blaine and Eric?
Yeah, Eric, we actually met at this, we met through Kim Newman, our friend Kim Newman.
Eugene.
But then we started hanging out at a songwriter night. Yep. And Eric had recently moved to Portland, him and his fiance. And so, yeah, we kind of like, I feel like we just kind of like, we're like, okay, we're friends now.
Yeah, totally.
We hung out all the time.
None of us knew anyone. We were all three new to town.
Four,
and
KK.
Well, yeah, KK, but I was thinking about Song. Yeah, we were all new to town and didn't know anyone. And then we started like kind of just randomly going to the same songwriter night at Mississippi Pizza. And then one night I was like, Eric, like if you learn how to play bass, you could be in our band. Oh. And he called me like a week later and he was like, hey, Andrea, like, did you really mean that?
I was like, were you serious about that? Because I'll do it. And so I went
buy
and got
one.
a,
That's
went
love.
And got a bass, yeah.
How cool. So what does it mean for a quote feral indie rock band roaming the West Coast to come to link up with a producer? Like, what does that mean? I'm curious. Like, what does working with a producer mean for you guys? Like, what does it look like?
Well, Chris really pushes us. Like he really, and like I feel like
in what way?
Like he really pushes the songs. He really pushes the arrangements. Like he listens to the songs and like he can hear the spots of like where it might need an extra lift. Like he'll say like he was the one who told me, he was like, Andrea, like you need to write more riffs. Like your songs need identifiable like guitar riffs. And so I locked myself in my bedroom for like a whole weekend and just like that's all I did. And now now I love writing riffs. But it's like he listens to the songs and like he has the ideas, especially with like arrangement and things that like other elements to bring in that are gonna really help to elevate the story of the song as it unfolds. And then also he really pushes us. Like for instance, we were just in the studio 2 weeks ago and we did a song called Highway Forever. And like in that recording, there's not one single of the original guitar. Like everything he had me do that day in the studio was like, he was pushing me so hard to like be creative and think outside the box. And like, as a result, like I'm so excited with like how
Be
that
more
song
of yourself.
turned out.
Grow.
Yeah, he really, really pushes us.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we'd love to hear another song. What would you guys like to play next?
Cool. We're gonna play a song called TV, and this is a single that's gonna come out October 25th. We actually just shot a music video for this on Monday, so we're really excited. Eric got to dress as a wizard.
Lucky. I don't know how that happened, but it did. And now
Solange made the robes too.
I did. I sewed your outfit. Oh.
Yeah, last year.
What can't she do? They do. That is Glitterfox live here at Jefferson Public Radio with TV, which is coming out October 25th. Wow, guys, what a sound. I was going to ask you about influences, and I was going to ask if you listened to any Stevie Nicks before, but then I saw recently you guys played a whole tribute concert to Fleetwood Mac, so I guess that's one influence. What are some other people that you pull inspo from?
Oh, I love artists like Sharon Van Etten and the War on Drugs. They just have such they just have such a unique vibe, and they're probably like two of my most favorite artists. Yeah, Sharon Van Etten and the War on Drugs. I could listen to them all day.
Cool. I personally grew up like obsessed with Barbra Streisand. So
Wow.
Very different than what I sound like.
Very cool. I read, Andrea, growing up in North Carolina, that you're steeped in the folk music over there, and that kind of feels familiar to you. And then I read, Solange, that you're French Basque, and that heritage is influential of your sound. And I was wondering if you could educate. I wasn't familiar with that. What does that mean, and where is that, and what does that sound like?
Yeah, so, the Basque people are in France and Spain, like southern France, northern Spain on the Pyrenees Mountains. And that's where my family's from. But I would say the quintessential like female Basque voice, like in my head, is very like kind of like raspy and gruff. Whereas like the men, I feel like typically sing higher.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just grew up like being really steeped in that culture. Like there's a lot of Basque people in Bakersfield. And my grandparents are like some of the founding members of the Basque Club down there. So like I grew up dancing and playing Basque card games and like, just doing the whole thing.
Cool.
And singing in Basque, obviously, as well.
Oh, wow. And I read, too, that y'all like to write about hardship. That's a great fodder for your songwriting and coming through it. There's always a sense of hope. And, a pandemic in the rearview mirror, we're settling into Portland and really getting some traction with some shows and things like that. Things are, looking up. So what are you guys going to write about now that the living is easy?
I don't know. I write.
The living's still the living.
Yeah, I write a lot.
Great
and
answer.
So I think when I was younger, it was like I definitely had to like draw on that like pain, to like because that that emotion is like so powerful, so it's easy to like squeeze that and get a song out. But that, for me, that didn't feel sustainable. I didn't want to always have to be like sad or stressed out to write a song. And so like now, for me, like something, I journal every single day. I journal. And then I think that what that does is like, it gives me like a lot of fresh themes in my life to draw from. So I just like, I write about whatever's just going on right now, whatever adventure we're having, whatever I'm thinking about, I'll just fire off a song.
I feel like that's like how Andrea processes like thoughts and feelings.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
It's healthy.
Yeah, great. I think so. Like whenever I just have like a really big feeling, I'll just go and write a song about it. If that's just like love or excitement or like anything. I write a lot of love songs. I think at the heart of everything I write is really like a love song, between like for Solange,
or the road.
Yeah, we've been together for 11 years and we've been married for 4, and it's just like I think at the heart they're all just love songs. Yeah, love songs to the road. Yeah, I love being on the road.
What are if you could name one, wave a magic one, what are some of your wildest musical dreams for the next, I don't know, year or so, like the next foreseeable horizon?
Play Red Rocks. That's like a little farther, but probably like if
That's
we
like
could
2 years. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. But like if we could open for like an incredible legendary artist, like, you know, like if we could open for Brandi Carlile, or if we could open for Sharon Van Etten, or like some of these bands that I just love so much, or like even if we could just like go on a national tour opening for anybody, like that'd be sick.
I think like for me, just like continuing to grow, and something that I've been saying a lot is, what have I been saying? We keep not stopping.
Yeah, Glitterfox.
We keep not stopping.
Glitterfox, keep not stopping.
That's great.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Great slogan. And I have to ask, is there a story behind the name of the band, Glitterfox?
None at all. It was just so
It's
random.
just adorable and catchy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we like animals, and I mean Solange like loves glitter. Yeah. And is very sparkly.
And earlier, before the mics turned on, we were talking about different Halloween costumes. It sounds like there's lots of color and
We're trying
panache
to figure
in
out
that
what to be
department.
for Halloween, because we're actually hosting our 5th Glitter Fest this year.
Oh yeah.
But it's going to be like Halloween edition, because just how the timing worked out. So we're doing it on October 27th. So we decided to just go like tie it in with the single release and go full Halloween.
Yeah.
And we're going to do more of kind of like a variety show. So we're having a few musical acts, and then we're going to have Ariel. We're trying to build a haunted house.
Oh, we're
We're going to have some immersive experiences. It's going to be super weird.
This is in
Drag.
Portland?
In Portland.
And where can listeners find out more about this?
On our website, right?
Okay. That's
totally.
glitterfox.org.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna.
We're an
.org.
organization. We're a nonprofit organization.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, we're a nonprofit. Yeah.
And it seems like you've got some great shows coming up. What are some other things you're excited about? You've got something in Seattle coming up at Nectar Lounge later in the month.
Yeah, October 20th.
Did we talk about the Hive yet?
No, we'll come to that. Yeah, we're playing at Nectar with Side Boob on Friday, October 20th.
Are we allowed to say that?
Yes.
Say boob. And then we have a show actually in y'all's neck of the woods at the Hive in Grants Pass, and that's going to be Friday, October 13th.
Ooh,
October 13th.
It's a spooky,
Whoa,
auspicious
Friday
day.
the 13th. Are we driving on that day?
in
Better
October.
Carry some rabbit feet. Just kidding.
You can get tickets
else
for
is
that
lucky?
show, I think, on Eventbrite, that the Hive events page. Nectar Lounge is the @ for that. You can find you guys as Glitterfox Band on socials. Just trying to get listeners a way to find you there.
Yeah.
We've got time for about one more song. What do you guys want to play to wrap up with?
Ooh, we'll play a song called It's Always Over. This is another single that's going to come out on, I think, December 6th. And I wrote this song about catalytic converter theft, and it's also a love song. I was basically like, if someone steals our car, wherever we go, I'll walk with you. You know, it's like, whatever happens, I'm with you, man. Aw,
Fist bumps.
Aw, freaking love you, dude. That's my spouse, Solange, I'm talking to.
I can't sleep at night anymore. There's a fire in my head and wolves at the door. I like the feeling of the midnight sun. If I sleep all day, I don't hurt anyone. It's always over before it begins. If I had it all, I would do it again. If I had it all, I would do it again. The city is ours and she knows your name. Even if she didn't, I'd love you the same. 'Cause I get the fire that no one else knows. I wake up in the morning and the bed frame glows. It's always over before it begins. If I had it all, I would do it again. If I had it all, I would do days wash away in the rain. Just like counting the streaks on a pane. I can't sleep at night anymore. Someone's stealing a car right outside the door. If I'm gonna walk, that's just what I'll do. Getting this lonely, but I'm going with you. Getting this lonely, but I'm going with you. It's always over before it begins. If I hate it all, I would do it again. If I hate it all, I would do it again. I want it all just to do it again. I want it all just to love you again.
Oh, you hear that rhythm section? Oh my gosh. These guys, man.
That is Glitterfox
These mans.
with the new one, Always Over, here live in the Steve Nelson Performance Studio at Jefferson Public Radio. That is Solange Igoa. It's Andrea Walker on the vocals and the guitar. Blaine Heinonen. Heinonen, like Heineken, okay.
Call me whatever you want.
on Animal on the drums. We've got Eric Stalker on the bass. Hey, y'all, thanks for coming in. Have a wonderful tour. Good luck on all the releases, and don't be strangers. Get us your singles as they come out, and come back through when you come back through.
Yay,
Thanks
thank you
for
so much.
Thanks. We've had such a lovely time with y'all. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you. You can find Glitterfox on socials at Glitterfox Band. Their website is glitterfox.org. You can find their music on all streaming platforms as well. You can go see them at the Hive in Grants Pass coming up October 13th. And this live session has been engineered by John Griffin. I'm your host, Danielle Kelly. Open Air will continue right after this.